It was a little past 2 in the morning when the front door creaked open. I sat quietly on the couch, the faint glow from the lamp throwing long shadows across the room. My wife stumbled in, her hair tangled, her perfume replaced by the sharp scent of alcohol and smoke. She looked at me with a smirk that cut deeper than any wound. Without a hint of shame, she said, "I got the attention I wanted." Those words echoed in my mind, burning like acid. I didn't yell, didn't ask questions. I just sat there, letting the silence press harder than any argument could. Beside me, 2 suitcases were neatly packed. I'd spent the last few hours folding her clothes, boxing up the memories we once called love, preparing for a moment I somehow knew was inevitable. When her eyes caught sight of them, her smirk faded instantly. "Your bags are ready," I said, my tone calm but final. She gave a nervous laugh, thinking I was bluffing, but when she saw the look on my face, her laughter stopped cold. Panic began to flicker in her eyes as her confidence slipped away. She mumbled something about needing space, about feeling unappreciated. But all her excuses did was confirm what I already knew. She'd gone out looking for something she claimed I no longer gave her. The betrayal wasn't just in her actions. It was in the way she tried to justify them, as if I was to blame for her choices. I told her love isn't about chasing attention. It's about loyalty, respect, and standing together when life gets dull or hard. I reminded her of our vows, the promises we made the day we said, "I do." Promises she had just shattered without hesitation. Tears welled in her eyes, but I couldn't tell if it was guilt or fear. Fear of losing comfort, not me. She pleaded, saying it was only one night, a mistake. But her earlier words told the truth. She hadn't come home remorseful. She came home proud of what she'd done, as if daring me to react. That kind of pride, that kind of betrayal, couldn't be forgiven. Not by me. I stood, grabbed the suitcases, and pulled them closer to the door. She stood frozen, realizing there was no more discussion left to have. My decision was set in stone. She had already chosen where she wanted to be, and it wasn't here. As I looked at her, I thought of the years I had poured into us. The trust, the sacrifices, the dreams we had built. All of it gone in one night, undone by one careless confession. And yet I felt strangely calm. Maybe because deep down, I'd seen it coming for a long time. She begged me not to end everything over what she called a lapse in judgment. But I told her the truth. I wasn't the one who ended it. She did, with her actions, her choices, and her words. A marriage can survive mistakes, but not deliberate betrayal disguised as empowerment. When she finally lifted her bags and stepped outside, the night air felt colder than usual. I didn't follow. I didn't ask where she'd go. I didn't offer comfort. That was no longer my role. The chapter of us had closed. After she left, I sat back on the couch. The silence was heavy, but peaceful. I wasn't angry anymore. I was done. I realized then that the harshest form of revenge isn't rage. It's freedom. Freedom from someone who never truly valued you. In the days that followed, friends and family asked questions. Some urged forgiveness. But forgiveness without change is just permission to be hurt again. I refused to live that way. My heart ached, yes, but my dignity was still mine. And with each sunrise, the weight lifted a little more. I grew stronger, more certain that letting her go was the best decision I'd ever made. She had chosen attention over love, and I had chosen self-respect over pain. That night at 2 a.m. marked the end of our story, but the beginning of mine, a story of rebuilding, healing, and never again settling for someone who treats loyalty like an option